Design goddess, are you talking? We can't hear you.
Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, good evening. Yeah, I waited for the NFT assignment.
Okay.
So as regards to that, I just went on Figma community and I searched for NFT websites and dashboard and the rest. So I saw one, I redesigned them, but I think I'm still having issues on font size. You know, the last time we talked about the body should be 16 or 18, but the hero kind of sections where you have the bigger font size. I actually don't know which of the font size to use, but I just used, I think there's one I used up to 40 at the 60 for the hero sections and 30 for the just subsections and the rest. So I think my major problem here is font sizing, especially on web and mobile.
Okay.
That's where I have a lot of challenge.
Are you done?
Yeah.
So one of the things we're going to be talking about design system today. I wanted someone else to talk about it, but eventually I'm the one talking about it. So apart from the whole design system thing, I can remember talking about when I spoke about grid system, and then I also related it to even down to your fonts. So you could, if you're going with the four-point grid system or 2-point grid system, so you could decide to do your text based on that. Maybe from 16 is like the baseline, right? Then you may want to move more time, you may want to move further to up 6, maybe you do even numbers 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 32, 30. God. My primary school is good. 32, 34, 36, 38, and all of that to determine what size. For example, like you said, 40, 60, it could still work since it's a 2-point or 4-point grid system, right? So, but one thing, okay, so because I've been designing, so I know how this thing works. So for web, we have a baseline for body text, which is usually 16 pixels. Some use 18 pixels, right? For mobile, it's 14 pixels. Some use 16, right? So for other things, maybe like a lower, maybe a smaller subtitle, maybe want to write dates. I'll still show all of this when I'm teaching dates. You may want to make it lesser, 12 pixel. Want to write something bigger like a title, you may want to make your title 24. Most times I use, like if it's mobile, 24, 32. So one of the things okay, I'm going to show you in design system 1. And another thing is, some people, well, I'm not a fan of Figma Mirror, but Figma Mirror is like you could download or install, or is it download? It's a mobile app. Figma Mirror, so it helps you to see how your design looks like. I'm talking about mobile. Helps you see how your design looks like on phone. So when you download Figma Mirror, you follow the instructions, you know how it works. For web, when you play it when you click it play, you see how it looks like. But to answer your question straightforward, you can use the 2 points, maybe multiples of 4 or multiples of 2s to know. There is no hard. The hard and fast for me I know is for heroes, for example. Every other, maybe you may be using fonts, 2 fonts, but hero may have one different kind of hero pages, may have one different kind of font, because probably maybe you're doing a child, a mobile, why do I like mobile? I like mobile because it's a small what's it called? It has a smaller space, and then you can be able to do everything. You don't have to think what to enter. You already know what to enter. That's by the way. I think I've been designing more mobile web. I do both of them depending on the company I'm working for. That's on it. So 2.4 points this thing. So there is no like hard and fast through for hero pages, but you could use 50, 48, depending. I hope I answered that question. Did I answer it? But I'm going to treating design system, and if time permits, I will go deeper to that area. Have I answered that? Ugochukwu, you asked the question, right? Or is my line breaking?
No. I did hear you. Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, the other question I asked, what's your okay, yes, for the NFT, my brother, one of the reasons why I have not done that, which I have resolved by God's grace today, was I was trying to find the best application for tutorial video. Thank God for one of my design colleague, not colleague, there is mentor, there is mentee, and then there is mentee, there is fellow, and there is the one that you are following. One of them, she helped me, and I tried it, and it was wonderful. So expect it. I'm going to be doing, don't worry, I will still tell you what I have for you guys, but then from next week, I won't teach next week. So maximize me now I am here. I mean, you may not be seeing you will not be hearing my voice for some time. I'm going to allow other people to come in and bless you with the blessings of the Lord of design, right? So that's for it. So it will come. And one of the reasons I'm doing that is not like I cannot tell you guys to go and replicate one, which I will tell you before. To go and replicate one thing, but I want you guys to see how I am doing it and the right way to do it, so that, because for example, when I told you guys to do career-wise, some of you did like the easier way, some of you did the hard way, some of you spent a lot of time and all of that. So just to shorten that whole journey of trying to figure out something, why not I show you straightforward how it works so that you can make your life easy. Okay, I want one other person to tell me what other, thank you so much, Ugochukwu. That's a very big step. One of the things I encourage is that beyond what I teach, blow. I wanted to say talk to your neighbor, tell your neighbor blow. Beyond what I teach, go out there. There are stuffs, and you came to the industry where knowledge is everywhere, like everywhere. Like you can get things for free out there. If you follow the right people, like our Oga at the top, that's Oga at the top. Joshua is one person I follow him very well. I follow him well. He's both human and spirit, if you understand what I mean. So that's by the way. So please go to YouTube, try something. One of the reasons, one way I will know that there are some people that come to me and they're like, hey ma, so let me not cast myself. Ma, please, if you do something and it's not working, you come and say, okay, help me out. I know that, oh, this thing that I'm teaching is not for joke, and some people are making effort. Please go beyond the teaching, go beyond this class. This class is just to guide you, but you can do what more than what we have in this class. T God. You just remind me of one quoted video I watched. Tell me God, a startup tech bro. Anyway, that's by the way. Okay, since we don't have any other comments, or do we have? If we do, please raise your hand. Someone was asking me something on my DM, and I told her that in the class we're going to trash it. And this same person does not want to say anything.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, my name is Najafa Evangelist.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I've been waiting for you guys to finish, then I'll come in. My problem is this. When I finished my assignment, then I wanted to like.
Is your system on? Are you on your system?
No, I'm not on my system. My system is low. I just want to know the solution, like what I can do so that I can reduce the file.
Why you how you exporting it? Exporting it as what?
PDF. It's exported. But when I
Okay.
wanted to upload it to the link, like you sent a link that we should write our name and then send it so that it can be submitted, right? So when I did that, it was not telling me the file is having a very large size.
Goodness, is there a limit to uploading? Because I'm trying to think of
10 MB.
10 MB.
Yeah, and if she exported something that is more than 10 MB, I don't know how possible that is. PDF 10 MB. Files are really smaller, like 1 MB, 300 and something KB. But I'll check the file again.
Apart from that, I won't even encourage you like okay, using the site. What are we going to do now? Because I would love to see how you exported it and how many MB it is that is making it. I don't know what you did. Everybody, this is on a lighter mood. Everybody like submitted without that issue. I'm trying to know maybe there's an issue with the way you exported it or sometimes or the way the size of stuff you use is kind of too much. That's why I would have loved your system. What?
But I don't know. I have the file on my phone. I don't know.
It's on your phone. How many MB
Yeah.
did they write there?
Okay, I didn't check. Let me check it. I didn't check it.
Okay, this issue. When will your system be on?
I think by tomorrow I will get to the office. Then I'll on it.
Okay, it's just that I can't guarantee tomorrow because my Mondays are usually very, very busy. But Shad just start me up. Yeah, my Mondays, no, I'm not lying. My Mondays are like everybody wants your attention. So that's by the way. So I'm using 30 minutes to ask for issues. So by 8:30, we move to the next on to the next one. Okay. So I'm going to I can move, right? Yes, thank you. Oh my God. Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Chai, let me lament. Chai. So if Naya, goddess, you said my name with goodness, Genesys. Wow.
Where you come from? Naya said us you come from Abeg. It's called design nomenclature. Attaching your I say I did talk Abeg. Hey, sorry. I don't know what to say. What do you want to say, Vitas? Please, whoever is editing should better remove that part. It showed my screen a lot of some unnecessary things that is not supposed to be. Anyway, that's by the way. Sorry, ma, I will save it as let's not cast ourselves here. So design system. This is one topic that I know I told you guys about UI components. If you've not done that UI component assignment, you are doing yourself, you yourself, I want to say your generation, but let me be mine. You're doing yourself in this journey of designing because it's a lot. Like when I discovered design components, it really changed my life, my design life. So I really want you to take your time, go as far as like looking for those that did their assignments so that you can be able to familiarize on how to use a certain kind of component. So design system, I know a number of you must have heard about design system. There's even this thing called design token, but we're not going to get there now, but design system. So what we're going to be talking about, what is design system, why design system, I don't know why I have how there, but we'll know as we proceed. So design system, I feel like asking you guys what you know, but I'll just move forward because I already spent a lot of time. We're going to look at what design system is, benefit of design system examples, structure of a design system. The difference between a design system, a pattern library, and a style guide, and then examples of pattern libraries and design system. So I had to do a number of like research when I was coming up with this slide. And so design system, please follow me. I want you guys to follow me. Design system is a complete set of design standards. Look at it. Design system is a complete set of design standards or guidelines. Talk about your rules and regulations, principles, documentation, alongside with toolkits, UI pattern, code components to achieve this standard. So it's a collection of everything that make up a product, from typography, color, coding, style guide, documentation. So design system is like an wholesome package that contains maybe like a company, like a brand. Let's bring it down. Uber, let's take for example, Uber is a company, and then a design system, like the name implies, design system is like a rules and regulation for designing for products. So this designing is not just limited to design, like visual design or UI UX design. No. So it's extensive to products, because there are some design systems that has like codes. I'm going to show you guys an example. You're going to understand better. So it's like a full package that contains design guidelines in terms of documentation, how to use a particular design, when to use a particular design, the different designs you need, from color, telling you the design principles, telling you when to use this and when to use that. Like it's necessary to ensure consistency and to avoid back and front. And if you work in a company that own a design system, you work very easy, because all you have to do is that you go to the design system, like a book in quotes, you pick what you want, design. You don't have to start maybe going to Dribble to look for one inspiration, because all of it, there's a design system. There is a kind of table that should be used. There's a kind of card that you see. I'm not using UI company. There's a kind of card that should be used. There's a kind of search button that should be used. So you're not going to start formulating a new set of UI components. Those UI components are there. So that's what design system. So I'm going to talk about style guide and the rest of them, but just follow me. You may not understand what I'm saying now, but just follow me. So why do we have design system? So for consistency. So because of we notice most of the designs, like if you have a card, you consistently use the card, right? So that's why you need like a component card. What I mean by component card, for people in last class, a component card that you can reuse continually. So it's also enable better communication with development teams. So to avoid a developer calling you by 2 a.m. or 2 a.m., 3 a.m., like, I don't know, are we married? Do we have children? Why are you calling me? Are we trying to, come on, day your day, I day my day, work, well. So avoid one developer calling you is maybe start saying another thing, because it's already 1 a.m. What people say around 1 a.m., 2 a.m., take notes. You need to take notes. So it helps for better communication. So if you have a design system already there, the developer just have to read through, follow it, and then don't need to call you at any given time. So keep record of your design decisions. So there are issues. For example, there are times where you as a designer, you just got employed, and if the former designer do not have a design system showing you what he or she did during the course, as he was beginning a particular, or she was beginning a particular, when I mean he's for everybody, beginning a particular project, is going to affect you, because you may have to start all over again, or you may have to start making certain assumption which is not the best for a company or a design driven company. So design system helps in keep records of design decisions and changes is very, very important. So please, I know that maybe in a company, maybe they're not doing you very well. You not say you do them back, and then you just do whatever you want to and move and say they did not pay me well. Their designer, upcoming designer is going to suffer. So you don't make certain decisions or make certain documentation and then you move. No, you're not. It's not the company you're doing, it's the designer you're doing and the company altogether. So please be nice enough and for yourself, because there are times where I finish doing designs or do some documentation, and then after a long time I come back, so I'm like, let me do this thing. No, I bad do. To get so documentation of some certain design decision is very important, and which design system is a way of doing that. So help better onboarding for new teammates. I've talked about it. Designer come and go, but the files remain accessible. To get ensure faster design process, and other than going to maybe to dribble, searching for a lot of things. When you have a design system, you may not need to, if you're your company, or you may not need to like go that far. So it saves time. There's one time in Genesys where we were supposed to work on something, and then we had to use material design system. Yes. So we just had to collect a component and fix. You already know that this is for card. We're not trying to check which one is fine and which one is not fine. We just carried the card and we put it here. Yes, for search. Okay, we just carried it. So these are the importance of design system. And as a designer, if you use a design system, it shows that you are orderly, you are, what's the right word, administrative, right? It's when you show, let me tell you something, when you show clients your design system or this thing, they'll think that you have sense. Do you get, even if you know but even if you don't have sense, when you see design system, they see how you put the color, put the typography, they say, wow, this guy is bad. And you feel yourself, right? So it's important to have a design system. So I'm going to talk about like, okay, so sincerely, many companies, not all companies have, let me go back here, not all companies, creating a design system is a whole lot, like it's a whole lot. It's require a whole lot. I don't know how to explain it. Can you hear me? It require a whole lot, like a lot of research and setting design decisions and which one comes before this, which one, and all of that. So it's not something you do in one day, 2 days. It's a combination, it's a teamwork to make it happen. So there are companies like Uber, Material, Design, Atlassian, and all of them that have like a design system that they follow. And this is not something they just woke up into. They had to come on, maybe the design team have to come together like a coordinated design team. You get, has to come together to make this design system work. Even not just, it's even inclusive of the marketing department, the development team to come up with a proper design system for a particular company. But still, there are times you want to do a project, just a normal startup, or just a freelancer, right? There's something called style guide, which we're going to talk about. So I'm giving this pre-information. There's something called style guide or pattern library that can help you, that is important for a particular project. So we're going to talk about the difference between a style guide, a pattern library, and a design system. There are 3 different things, right? So design system is very large and has a lot. So I'm going to be showing you guys like the different kind of design system from these big companies, and then so we can able to relate. So the first one is material design. I think material design is from Google. It's from Google. Google owns material design. Yeah, I don't like material design. I feel like it's ugly, but it's what I think doesn't matter. They blow. It doesn't shake anything. So this is material design. This is material design system. This is it. Material.io. So when you click on material.io, then this is it. The latest version of material design is not available for Android, blah, blah, blah. So here you are seeing, and this one just like a news update. And so let's click on design. So they are showing you create intuitive and blah, blah, blah. Material darkening, material guide. Let me go to what you guys can relate a little bit. System icons. So that's trying to still introduce you. Introduction. Material design is a design system created by Google to help team build quality, high, that. They're trying to now educate you on the different principles. Material is a metaphor, all of this. Component, trying to tell you the different components. Where does this thing lead you to? Under introduction, they're trying to say we're going to show you the principles alongside the components, as well as like the theming, the colors, the typography. They're trying to tell you like what you should expect. The material studies about most of these things. I don't. It's an app that uses this is they're telling you more about whatever. I'm coming to the place that I'm able to relate. So all of those things are like documentations. So color, these are the color system, the responsive grids, the kind of grid system that you should use. When you're using a mobile, do this, do that. When you're using a distinct, do this 4 columns. When you're using 8 columns for tablet, gutters should be how many? How many did they say? 16 pixels for gutters. They're just telling you how the layout should be. So they're not trying to tell you understanding layout, consistent, it should be predictable, it should be consistent, it should be responsive, it should be blah, 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 blah. Like these are companies that sit down and painstakingly come up with a detailed design system. Detailed design system is like, is a, what's it called? It's a tautology. Design systems are supposed to be detailed. So they're telling you navigation, understanding navigation, how navigation works for them, the different kind of navigation. Like this is like a lot. So this is the that this company they know what they are doing, right? So you don't come here and come and play design. So these ones, I think these people they have like okay, they have components. For all components, they're telling you all components that all the components in UI and how their components are for mobile. They're telling you for this is all components for Android, this is how it should look like, for web, it shall look like, for Flutter, for iOS. So that's for in develop, they'll start telling you more about code and let's see what's new, blah blah blah. Let's see. Java, just educating you more about all of this whole thing. That's like this is an example of a design system. So let's see something. Introduction. This is a design system created by Google to help team build. So it helps team build quality digital experiences for these different platforms. All right. So another design system is what we call this is by Google, affiliation design. If you know people, affiliate designs are owners of Trello, Jira, for all or any of you that can relate to that. So this is their design system, Atlasia.design, design, develop, deliver. So they have in their brand, they tell you their brand, their mission, this is a style guideline. This is a style guide. I'm still coming there. They tell you their personality, we are bold, we are optimistic, we are my God. Promises, how to apply, how to blah, 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 blah. How do I apply our promises to my work? Values, like this kind of thing, they are billing you. You know you are indeed billed. So because they've not come here to play. So foundation, accessibility, I'm just like scanning through. We don't have all the time. They tell you their content. So this is like trying to tell you their language, who they are, who they stand to represent, how they want to be seen by the public. You know, most times you tell people who you want, you tell people what you want them to see of you. How do I mean? Maybe you want to be known for something. One of the fastest ways to make people know you for that is by choosing to call yourself that, right? So they're trying to tell you that this is my language, this is who we are, and you that is coming here, you look at them and then it affects the way you see them. So one of the things in personal branding, I'm not a personal branding coach, but is try to tell people who you are. Try to tell people who you are or who you want to be. Actually, who you are, who you want to be, and then people see you from that perspective. And then it's good that let your word match with your action so that people don't call you a certain thing and then you are not that thing, because it may not last for long. It may not just be for mouth. We have components. So this is showing you different kind of navigation, how the avatar looks like. When you click on one, it tells you the appearance of avatar, even goes that I think this is code of how like it's being. So this is like a documentation, patterns, how like, if, let's see how this first impression thing goes. Thoughtful, continuous. These are just like, I know you're getting the gist. So another one is the Shopify Polaris. They call their design system Polaris. Our design system help us work together to build a great experience. This is another by Shopify. The content, the design, show the color, typography, blah blah blah, illustrations, tokens, getting started with tokens, what they start explaining why use Polaris. It's more like a documentation, a brand documentation on their design standards and then principal documentations, style guides, and the rest of them. The next one is by Apple, developer.apple.com/design. This is Apple design system. News, discover, blah, blah, blah. You can go deeper if you want. This is Microsoft. They call their design system Flint Design System. You can go through it. You can see that design systems are really, really like robust. This is Carbon Design System. You can go through all of that. I'm just trying to show you guys like how real design systems are, right? So Carbon Design System. So let's dive into the structure of a design system from my research and from my understanding and from what it is. So I've not decided, I've noticed or I have concluded that design system is a combination of style guide. So it's a combination of style guides, component library or UI library or pattern library, whatever it's being called, and then rules and regulation, and then code development, any other product documentation needed. That's what make up a design system. So what is a style guide? So a style guide is a document which contains set of rules or standard for a graphic style, color, typography, iconography. So some of the things that these are like rules and guides on how to use a particular graphical style. For example, one of the things you can see in style guides are the kind of color, maybe the color, the brand color, the brand typography, the kind of icon you use, the kind of image you look, the mission, vision, values, language of the brand. And for those people that are like into branding, we relate more to this. Principles of the brand, give you how to use it, where not to use a logo, how to use a logo, where to put a logo, where not to put a logo, which one should come first. So these are like a set of rules to determine like the brand style guide. So I want you to look at it from the visual aspects, style guide, right? So style guides usually include things like typography, icons, color, shape, grid, branding elements. So the question is how, so it's one of the questions, the answer is how should this look like? How should your look, for example, how should your logo look like? Where you should use it? What are your colors? Where you should use it? When you should use it? These are like guidelines. Style guide are like name style guide, style of a certain designs for a brand, how to use it, when to use it. That's so another one example of a style guide. So style guide is not just for UI, it's also for like branding. And one of an example of a style guide, many of you may have seen it, is let's look at this Foursquare. I think I opened it. Let's see. Okay, so this is Foursquare is a brand. So this is their, I think this is used for, what's my system? I believe you guys are following, right? This is Foursquare is more than, so this is talking about, this is an introduction. Foursquare brand is more than just a logo, it's a visual system. People are good. It's a visual system and language made up of many parts that works together to convey the core of what Foursquare is and what we stand for. If you get it, you get it. If you don't forget, get it. Look at it more. So they're trying to tell you in this brand guide, some people call it brand guide, style guide, brand idea, table of content, logo, clear space, blah, 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 blah. So scrolling down, it's telling you what are the brand elements. Foursquare, this is trying to tell you that this is the logo mark, this is the word mark, telling you how the spacing should be. You can read more to know how the mark should be. Goes as far as, okay, the logo should be used on white, on blue, black on white, on a picture, but that picture or something. How a logo can be used with other whatever. When not to use the logo, don't use this color, don't stretch it, don't blah blah. This for like, if it comes to branding, we're still going to show like what color. It goes down to, I think we should talk about the colors. These are the colors. I think we talked about the typography, graphic elements. This is like the pattern. These are like the icon. There are other ones that go as deep as, because this is more of branding style guide. This one just focuses more on branding. They're supposed to, unless I missed it, where you have the type, obviously it's supposed to be here, the type of typography used. And the rest, I'm still going to show you how like the brand style guide is for a proper UI. This is important if you are the one that did the branding, fine. But one of the things that we take from here is give us the logos and how it can be used so that we don't use it wrongly in the application. And then give us the colors, and different color variations. What else? Which is there any typography that your branding guy or girl, or branding guy said we should use? What's the name of the typography so we can use it? And what else? Do you guys have any icon? If you have a certain kind of icon, maybe material icon kind of sets, you bring it up. So that's for brand style guide. So if you notice, some of the things, let's just not make it too broad. Just when you're making a brand style guide, once you want to look at the logo, you want to look at the color, you want to look at typography. What kind of typography should we use? And then the different, someone was asking font sizes, what kind of typography, the font style and everything. What kind of icon are we using? So these are some of the decisions you have to make even before designing. okay, what typography, what colors are we using? What are the brand colors? So one of the things I ask like my clients are like, do you guys have a brand style guide? Some of them don't have, some of them have. For those that have, I'll take it up from there. For those that don't have, sometimes I ask them for their logo. For those that have money, I tell them I refer them to a brand guy that will do the job for them. Shapes, look at shapes, the grid system you want to use. These are like the basic that you have to know even before designing, right? So brand style guide is very important. Then pattern library is simply just a well-organized UI component. See all those UI components I taught you. It's more like where a set of the UI component that was used in that project. Like there are not all your UI components are being used in the project, right? So this kind of really help like developers very, very well. It's really, really helped them. So pattern library is a set of UI components that is used in a brand or in a product, right? An example is like the mail chip. So this is telling us the colors. Mail chip. I'll drop all of this link in case any of you want to look at them. The color, the data visualization. What is data visualization? Okay, how the charts and whatever should look like, bar charts. The grid system, the kind of grid system they're using. And all those stuff I taught you guys, see all of them. The kind of table they are using. This one, they even have code set. Kind of table they are using. You can, why we are calling this pattern libraries, first of all, they call it pattern library, one. Secondly is because it's not as broad as maybe containing code or serious documentation. It's not very, very detailed. So we just keep it at pattern library. We can say it's a mini design system, but let's give design system its place. It's not a design system, it's a pattern library. And this is good for the product team. Moving forward, the NASTyle something. Do I have it opened here? Ibuka, please you answer a question when I'm done. Just keep it goosebumps everywhere. So Natasha Hoki forever. So this is the pattern library. Shows you how their breadcrumbs, kind of breadcrumbs that we use and the rest of them. So let's go. So ahead, although design system, so we have explained what style guide. Let's not complicate issues. That style guides are usually focused on like style guide documentation of how like a brand design style should look like, focusing on the colors, the brand colors, like typography, icons, grid, and some other branding stuff you can think about. So we could say that although design system, style guide, and pattern may be similar, they are all different. Design system encompasses style guide and pattern library. So in other words, both style guide and pattern libraries are subclasses of design system. They are part of design system. A style guide can typically encompass a company's branding style guide, which include logo, uses, design, designated color, typography, icons, and the rest of them, as I mentioned earlier. While a pattern library often consists of UI components like your drop-down, accordion, etc. So conclusively, design system pattern library ensures that the process of product design is carried out swiftly and efficient. They aid in building of scalable products faster while maintaining consistent user experience. So like I said earlier, it's good for like in product development. It helps for product to chunk out faster. It's like I said, it may take a while to build like a style guide. I'm going to call it a style guide or a pattern library but it's help for efficiency and consistency. Because for example, if you are designing and then you don't have your components, and in your mind, clients say in the next 1 week or in the next 2 days, and then you're just designing without creating components, without doing some essential things. If you are asked to make changes, for example, that's for you. You have to take changes to each and every one of them, and which is very, very stressful. I've been in that shoes. I don't think you want to be in that shoes. So I would encourage you to always have a style guide. So how it works is that how I do it, because that's the next question people always ask me. Which one should come first? Should I start designing before I have the style guide, or should I? Though if you go to one of the places that so in a Figma file. In a Figma file, one of the places I usually get some of my design systems, if not from friends or mentors or the rest of them. UI8, you can get the design system there if you have money to pay. One of the places that you could find design system well is Figma community. Figma community. And maybe you can ask your question if you have. If I move to the next stage.
Okay, yes, I needed a little bit more clarity on the difference between pattern library and design system, but I think you've already explained that.
Okay, thank you. So the community, Figma community, most times I just go there, design system. And then most times, the truth of the matter is that most times these things are not like the core design system, right? Like I've showed you how a real design system, a detailed design system, like design system, way sabi. But then we still choose to call it design system because it's the design system for our project. Maybe not the company's design system, but design system for particular project or not a product. So this is an example of design. I've not seen this before, so we're just going to so see here. So this is solar design system. So let's look at the style guide. So this is telling us that these are the colors used: green, blah 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 blah. Then this is how you start. First of all, you want to show if you have a logo, if they have a logo, bring their logo and show the different variations of the logo, right? Then for the colors, you have to, there are different ways these things can be presented. You bring out the colors used, bring out the typography, bring out the kind of icon you want to use, icons. So irrespective of the file, maybe you may want to say, iconify is a combination of so many icon sets. You may say you don't want to use iconify, maybe you want to use iconly. Iconly can also be seen in Figma community. Figma community has a lot, so you can exploit. If you want to say you want to use further icons or iconly, and then bring in your icons here. But let's keep moving. So these are the components that were used in the design, right? So the next thing is, when should we have this component? Should we have it before design or after design? For me, I usually have my UI icon because as I build my components myself. How do I mean? Like, while designing, I discover the component I want to use and I build it myself, and I put that as part of my components. Sometimes you can just, for example, you can actually steal from, in quotes, from a design system. You go here, for example, you like this, I like how it works. You can copy and paste it in your design and check the one you will use, right? Let's not deceive ourselves. And check the one that you may want to use that can work for you, that you think you will be able to use or you may need for the project. Maybe like buttons, drop down, some things you may need. Maybe you may need labels, and the design system here has it. There's no point, like some things like button, there's no point building all these things from scratch. The one maybe you may think you may want to build from scratch, maybe cards and some other things that with maybe you don't like the way this card and doesn't suit. You can build it from scratch, and then maybe the navigation you use, you want a different kind of navigation and it doesn't, this design system doesn't have it. You can build it from scratch. I don't like this design system. So sometimes randomly, you may just go to this Figma community and explore, try to check one or two things, because you may not have that kind of time or opportunity when a project comes. You may not have that luxury of time. Maybe you are free a certain time. Just come here and look for design. So I look like something that will have very, very nice stuff. I'm seeing nice stuff here. So I look the design system and are you okay? Now you like it, but it's really nice. It's really, really nice. Well, so the long and short of, I want to see if I can see a really nice design system here that can, why you can't do color? Okay. It's me that find trouble, and it's not design system, they called it. Let's see if this material design system, some of these things you may give it for free, or most of the time they just give you a tip of it and then tell you to. So I think this is the design system we used that time. So this shows the grid ahead, and then the. So let's see this now, for example. So this is a typography arrangement. There's H1. H1 is 96 pixel. There is H2. So I would recommend that you do this. You could use the whole 4-point system, right? So you see, you have 16, you have 20, you have 24, you have 34, you have 48, you have. I'm getting tired. So this is so I'm going to show you guys how right now. I think that's the last thing I will do, and then take questions and like answers. I'm going to show you how to create a typography like this, and so this is trying to tell you that this is the kind of stuff they use and the rest of them. So let me show you something. I'm going to show you guys how to create color styles and text styles. Are you guys following? Yeah, I'm sharing my screen, so I don't even know how many.
Yes,
You
yes,
guys
we're following.
following? Right, thank you. So to create let me use white background. Wait, if I type on to white, okay, let me go ahead with this. So maybe for example, there's this, what is the name of this this guide. Not brainstorm. Let's see. I think it's been brainstorm design system. Let me check it. And to help out so that I don't community. I'm not in the right place. Let's go to community. I just remembered one style guide that I was really, I think, brainstorm design system. Everyone should look for this, and it's really helped like out very well. Okay, so this is grid. It tells you like kind of grid and how you should use grid for tablets, for desktop. Let me see how they go to their grid. So when you click on grid, or it's not, let's link it out. I don't want to break it. What can't I see? 12 columns. So show me details. Properties 12 columns, 65 pixels. Okay. 12 count, color, center, width of 65. Got that. These people they use this grid system. What's this thing called? What's this grid system called? What's the second grid system I didn't tell you guys about? Bootstrap grid system. So for colors, so this is how so you could take up this to use as a design system, but then you now change the color and the variations. Then what else? Typography. And this one, their typography is like it's too detailed. Even me, I cannot even do. But then it's good to be a detailed designer. So see how they had to break theirs into. So we have their header. Coming. We had, let's start with this. Font size 34, line height 42. So this is it. First of all, their fonts, they are using SF Pro Display. It's not the Google font. So they had to, the way they arrange the style name, the font size, the line height, the sample of how it looks like. So they have 34, 28. I don't know what determined how they chose this thing. But from here, I think they were using 2.28, 22, 20, 18 pixels, 16 pixels. So these are for their semi-bold. So they even had to differentiate based on semi-bold, headers, still headers for regular, still headers for lights. They had to go, but let's be much more practical. Let's be much more practical. This still works, but let's assuming we are doing a project. So because of his header, we most likely need this. So because of his header, semi-bold, we most likely use this. Header, my header, will I have a 22 header? 28. Let's see. This is regular. So my 20 is most likely obviously going to be a header. Anything that is 20 is going to be a header. Likewise, 22. So these are like my header. Then for my regular, anything I want to use for regular, I think my body body, which is supposed to be 16. I can use it for my body text regular. Then what's the next one? This is light. Is there any point I'm going to need light? Maybe I may need light for let's 16.8. I may need light for body. I may also need light for, I don't know why they don't have 12, but let's check here. So under here, this is captions. See, captions are like maybe lower than body text. They're like, want to maybe say a little thing about something. I'm trying to, captions are like, maybe you have a big text and then you want to put something under just to say more about it. Maybe something like this. You could say this is a caption, right? So most times they are smaller than the body text. So yes, I may most likely need a caption. Then for buttons, I'm fine with my 16 pixels being button, like my 16 pixels or 18 pixels for regular. I'm using 16, let me bring out 18. My body text can still work for my buttons. Are you guys here?
We're here. We're here.
Then
Yeah.
that's for buttons. For body, I've already, these ones, they are using medium, small, tiny. Let me see. I'm okay with those ones I use as body regular. I think regular can work. Regular can work. Okay, so see regular. So even regular is here. 16. There's regular for 16, then medium 18. But since I brought out what can work for my body, fine. Paragraph, all of these things. 16 pixel, 18 pixel. I already have it formed. I think I'm okay. So I can now, okay, since I have header 1, header 2, header 3, header 4, so I could classify this as my body, a body 1, body 2, body 1, but there's one that is 16, there's one that is 18. Then the next thing I want to talk about now is, this one is what, 16 pixel, maybe body 3. I'm not going to be using light in my designs like that, so I don't think it's necessary. Regular is fine. Then we have caption lights here. So most of the things for buttons, I can still use like my normal regular body text. So I can now, all these things, is there a way to automatically just this thing will not do this thing well. Oh, I see. Oh, that's semi-bold. It's not fit to automatically do this thing. This is semi-bold lights. So light shade, medium, medium, regular, regular, semi-bold, semi-bold. Okay, thank you. So we still have this. So I could name header 1 works, header 2 works, header 3 works, header 4 works. So we can now say maybe this one can be body, the main body, we call it the main, okay, body 16. 16 is our main body. You can call it body 1. Then 18, that is not our main body, you can call it body 2. Whatever, however you want to name all of this is your choice. Just a caption. Caption is fine. by me. I think the lowest thing, any lowest font size should be 12 because I don't know why I want it to be 10. So this, I could now use this as my typography style, right? Then what that means is that, so how do I create like these styles? I'm going to show you guys how I create. Let me know if it's me. Okay. Let me continue. So how it works is I take this. So since, okay, this is already it. So body, the size is 34, and then the line height is 42. You may want to change it following down my whole, if you are doing the whole 4 pointing, you can say 34, or maybe you don't want 34, you want it to be 36 times 1.5, give you 54. I made this 36. So we have to now change this. Okay, this is 54, 4, 36. You may want to use their style of design, the way they want it to be, but if you're a fan of 4 points, which you should be a fan of, then just follow it. So header one. So when you click here, you select the text, click here, click on add. If you notice, if you see the design, they've named their own here. You click on add here. So we want to give the title. So this is how we name it. Heading slash heading 1. Heading slash heading 1. Create styles. So what it does is that, let's do the other one. You click on here, select plus heading slash heading 2. Click this. So let's go to where we save it. See, you notice that under, see this one I created. No, there are lots of, I see the one I created, I will know. You know what will happen is that I'll create a new file, Ctrl C. This is fresh. I create this, okay. It's in English. It's not confuse ourselves. I create a new style. Heading. But let's use another name so it's identify. It's heading. I'm going to use the standard name. Let's just go with it. Heading slash heading 1. Create style. See it here. Then the next one. Click here. Plus heading slash heading 2. Create the style. Oh, heading slash heading 3. Create style. But still in heading. Heading slash heading 4. Create style. So let's enter body. Body. Look at what body slash. There is no space. Body 1. Create style. see the body I created plus body slash body 2. Yes. Then caption. Caption slash caption 1. So if you notice, if you want to do your style guide to have bold, like medium, of those words to go beautiful, wonderful, you can go ahead. I'm just showing you how it works. Caption 1, create. So we've created our design. We've created for heading, body, and capture. These are the regular ones we're going to be using for our design, for example. So let's do it for colors. So this is a color. So I hope this is not overwhelming, but don't worry. So for example, so this is how I do it. This is the main color, maybe the main color, the main brand color. Let's use maybe blue. Blue. Then this is width of 518. Then divided by maybe 9. Then I duplicate using auto layouts, so I can duplicate. How most times I get like my colors is I go to this site called Coolors. Coolors. Come and see. There may be another way of doing this, but this is like, I know there are other ways other people get their color pattern. Some people they manipulate the where's this thing? The HSL whatever to get a particular kind of color. One of the way I just do my color is, for example, let's go to stuff. So this is the code 183 something something, command C or control C. Then I go here, I select, it comes like this. I select this, I put the color code control V. It shows me all of this. Then I select show shades. So it shows me this shade. I use my screenshot tool and screenshot it like this. So this place is showing me that this is the main color of this thing. So what I do is then this thing mustn't be up to 9. It's not the hard or fast rule, right? So this is the main brand color, which is this. I may now decide to go maybe one step further. One step further to one, two, three, four, five, six, 7. I want to make it to be really completely maybe 9 or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I just take this using my color picker. This is the main one. The next one is this. 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 The next one is. I think this. The next one is. Sure. This. The next one is. I was not following it, but just get the gist. Next one is no. This is next one. This one is- These two are the same. So okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No. I made a mistake somewhere. So just identify where I'm making it. Don't repeat it. So this is like, so one question I was teaching a student like, what's the need of doing all these variations and all of this? I said there are times where in your designs you may need this. This is the main brand color, blue, but you cannot have like blue lateral. Maybe there are times where you want to make like maybe the dashboard, and maybe you want to make this one to be this color or to be this kind of blue. Then your text may now be um, the main blue or something. Or the common ones is maybe you have an icon. The icon will be this color of blue. Why you want to use a lighter shade of blue? So these things are like important. So you have everything arranged. So how do you name this color style? The same way you name your text style. You click on this, select this. Oh no, not this. Select this menu style. I now see why this thing, why this kind of menu we have, because of the way it's arranged. That's why we have this kind of menu. So we go to this add. So maybe we want to call this thing blue, and maybe the name of the brand is you may say Ara blue / blue. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe blue 0. Sorry, I'm coming. Blue 000 creates. Then this second one may be blue 900. And the same I will now be blue 900. The 900 creates. This one blue, the same array IL blue, but this one is blue 800. So whatever, so just see it here. So you're seeing blue 900, blue 800, blue 000 means like the main blue. And if you continue, you'll be seeing the different shade till when you get to 100 where you have a lighter shade. So you do this for both for the different colors you may have. So that's why that's one of the ways. It may not be that's one of the ways like we have all of this color. So this one shows transparency. Transparency means that they had to reduce the transparency of the stuff. I usually don't advise transparency, because what that means is that bring to front. If you put it on another color that is not white, it may change the color, because transparency is like you are seeing something through another. So you see how they name 100, 200, 300, blah blah blah. I think this 900 is like the name. This 900 is like the name with this one. Okay, transforming blue. Something 900. So like that's how some of these things. It doesn't matter how you want to arrange this. You want to arrange it like this. I feel like it's more efficerized. If there's anything like that, like this, there's this. If my client sees this kind of thing, they will know that I have sense. So that's by the way. One thing you must also look at is one thing you must know is that as a designer, there's a point you get to design that in your mind you're like, it's not about the design, it's not about how fine it is, about how it works. Please, you follow. Yes, it's about how it works, but people are moved by what they see. Even down to your design system, you have to like make everything you do, both your case study, really, really beautiful. so that have this perspective that you really give time to what you're doing, and respect also the UI aspect of like design. So that's how that this is like a long class. I didn't know that I was going to go this far, but this is one. Let's go back to our design system. So typography, you could I showed you how to do typography. Icons, you could for example, if this design system you want, you can just pick up these icons and bring it out. Or you go to like I said before, I've said it over and over again. Figma community is one of the very nice places you can go to get your stuff. Figma community, you can go to Figma community and go to icons, and it shows you different kind of icons. You can open one and copy and paste those icons into. You may say you want to use Iconify, beautiful too, right? Beautiful too. You may not, maybe in the documentation, if they ask you what do you use for icon, just say plug in Iconify. It still works that way. So what else? What else? So prepare your grid, prepare your color, prepare your typography, prepare your icon. Then you can now start. If you have like if you have a design components like that you feel you are going to use, still bring it in. Maybe you go through design system and you feel like you need all of the design system, still bring it in. Maybe shadow, you may need shadow, just bring all of them in. Why you manipulate, you can manipulate, you think you need these two tips, bring them in. You can now manipulate them. So after everything, for easy stuff, so you don't make it like developers confused, then you now bring out the ones that you used in the design. There's some things you have to, and give it proper naming. So there is this, like all of this naming I made now, it really helps the developers know there's something they do. They also create their own components and they give it name. So wherever, even on your design, this thing should also show. So wherever they see heading, they just pick that component they did earlier and place it, just like we do here. At this junction, I think I will just take questions. Someone says she has question. All right, I'll stop sharing. What's your question? Your question, please.
Okay, good evening, ma.
Mhm.
Okay, please, I want to ask as regards to color, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, please, yeah. When do you know when you say this color is primary color, the secondary color, the accent or tertiary color? Like, when do you know how to like choose those color? And with the one you showed us, not quite long, the shades of color, like how do you create shades of color for the ones that are not monochromatic, like complementary and the rest of them?
I don't get that last question.
Like, how do you, like this blue now, like the shades of blue are monochromatic, like the ones that are not monochromatic, like the opposite colors, like how do you create their shade? How do you mix them together that they will be accessible or the construct will be good?
Are you talking about gradients?
No, not gradient too. Like how to pick colors, like those colors on the color scheme here, the ones that are opposite themselves, each color that opposites each other. When you want to create, like use them in your design.
Okay, I'll ask. I don't get all your question, but I'll try and answer. Let me try and answer it. So for first of all, I've told you before, it is not your business. Like in terms of business wise, anybody that comes to ask you to do UI design, they suppose get brand colors. They're supposed to have colors for their branding, right? One of the way you can get them if they don't have is through their logo. What's the color of their logo? So for example, a particular color of logo may be a combination of blue and red. Automatically, that is their primary color. Primary color means the main color of the brand. For example, MTN is yellow. So there are some color or brand that is a mixture of two colors. Maybe white is not this thing. Maybe orange and blue. Those two are their it's whoever made the decisions of primary color is the branding guy, is the company. They make that decision, and like I say, most times you see it in their logos. So that one has solved the problem of primary colors. In fact, it's even supposed to be like if you have those two colors, for example, two main colors, for example, if you have two of them, they are enough for you to design an application. You don't have to have colors flying everywhere. That's one. Then secondly, if if you if you maybe, I don't want to say you should, secondary colors are like on it. First of all, too, for every branding style guide, if it's correct branding guide that did it, it's supposed to show other primary colors. Like something like Slack. Slack has other secondary colors. Slack has different other secondary. That's why you see Slack is the main color is purple, but then you see other stuffs under it. Same with Genesys decor. The main color is orange, but we have other secondary colors like I think purple and the rest of most of our presentations you will see them. So the thing is, as a UI person, it's not your business unless you're a branding person, right? And then branding people, they know how they decide on their secondary colors. Which one of the ways is this whole complementary thing I told you about? One of the ways, some people randomly just choose. Yes, they may say, okay, because of the purple is royalty, and I think purple is connected with growth. Let's secondary colors also be green, blue. Just randomly choose like 3 other colors based on who they are, branding guys, and then they'll give you one story that improves the heart. But one of the ways to really help in secondary colors are complementary colors. Complementary, whatever, in the color wheel, triad in the color wheel. So accent colors are say it was triad that explained accents are, let's break this thing down. All these things are English. I think accent and complementary. Accent, color meaning. What is accent colors? Secondary color. Accent colors are like, what are accents in front? See, accent colors are supplementary colors that typically contrast or complement that color used in a room. So secondary colors or complementary color or complementary color, supplementary color, accent color, secondary color, they are the same thing. They are same thing. So for example, see this room now. I think the main primary color is blue. Then the complementary color is yellow. So just like how did they even say it? This is triad. This is this two shows okay, primary color, yellow, red, blue. So primary color here doesn't really mean like when I talk about primary colors in design, I'm not talking about like the 3 primary color, yellow, red. That's the main color of the brand. Is what's like I'm talking about primary colors, right? Okay, this is talking now. This is saying something different than telling us primary school kind of thing. But for what for those that okay, but it can still help. Let me just show. So supplementary colors are like opposite colors, I believe. And that's why if you notice blue goes with like any this kind of variation. So as a brand guy, maybe be like, okay, let's make a supplementary color to be this. Or you may choose that, okay, let's add supplementary color. You can see, oh. So this can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen? Hello, people of God.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is like a color wheel. Then as a brand guy, you want to say opposites these ones should be the supplementary color. That's why if you notice, most of all these brands that used to be blue, most of their supplementary colors are orange, golden, whatever. You can also choose as a brand person. I'm talking now for branding people that used to make some of these decisions. You can choose to say use the whole what's the colors that are by each other. May say okay, let supplementary color be violent or any of these colors. Can be a secondary color. Let's use second. Not all secondary colors. Let's use one. Not all secondary colors are complementary colors, but a complementary color can be a secondary color. Secondary color just means the color that if you don't use a primary color, the next color you use for a brand. Like the other primary colors are like in branding are like the cocoa color, like the main colors, the color of the brand. Second color are like other supplement, other subordinates. Follow, let it be a follow for the brand. That's what when I'm talking about primary and secondary. So, but in a color wheel, supplementary colors, there's something called supplementary color or accent color are like the opposites in the wheel that can be used to supplement a particular color. Am I communicating?
Yes, ma'am.
Have I answered your question?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So let me not move further. Thank you. So any other question? Any other question? Okay. Is there any other question? If there's no question, tell me no question. Just answer no question. Okay, so just to reintroduce myself for those people that did not, and then for okay, I'm supposed to give you guys an assignment. Let me do this thing before I give you guys assignments. So when I started this upskill, some of you guys were asking me some certain questions. So please, first of all, okay, I'll answer the question. So please, what's it called? All right, let me do this assignment first while I arrange my thoughts. So we're going to be designing each and every one of you. Let me share my screen. Share. I'll still release like other stuff that to show you how to do some of these things, but I want like this thing I always see. Anybody we no do any designer we never do food delivery app, never be designer. So let me open the way for you people. So this is how many of us are here? But we have okay. Rita. So this is what is going to happen. Preview. We're going to design a food delivery application. We're going to work. Oh, this food is nice. Because you guys are still beginning. But this thing doesn't show like the full flow. I need a proper full flow. This is one place I really like get inspiration for food delivery. Can someone tell me why they usually use green and orange or red for food delivery application? I asked the question.
Excuse me, ma.
Okay, excuse me, Miss or Mrs.
No, miss, please.
Okay.
I think because green is for agriculture, so food. That's the one I know.
Orange panel.
Orange is like fun, happiness. That's like the meaning of orange.
So when you eat food, you'll be happy.
Yes.
Okay, somebody else. Thank you. Somebody else.
I think from my own view, green is shows more of life, agriculture, like life. Then orange is usually shows joy, like peace, happiness, something like that. I think that's why. So you eat food, you come to eat and you have happiness, joy after eating, like you enjoy your meal after the food. I don't know if I'm right, Sha.
Okay, so it still works. Another aspect is, when we talk about food, we talk about
Can I talk?
want to say something?
Yeah.
Okay, someone say makes it sumptuous and enticing. Yeah. Someone says she wants to talk, what?
Yeah, I want to talk.
Talk.
Well, I feel that they use green for food because green actually shows that something is healthy. So when you eat food, it is when they use it to advertise food, show that the food is healthy, it will bring you health or something like that, or be healthy food or something like that. And then orange is attractive. So when you see orange, you get attracted to the food and maybe kind of makes you hungry and you want to eat the food or something like that.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, thank you. Another thing is, in association with food, in association with grain, grain leaves. Grain is life. Green is it's food. The grain leaves that we have. Another thing is also the ground. The ground is brown, it's orange as well. So soil, it can also represent soil as well. And then obviously it's because orange represents fun, happiness, and all of that. So in conjunction is a good combination. So the assignment I'm going to give you guys. So what we've learned how to kind of low key design a design system or a guide system. So I want you to come up using design system, whenever you want to choose design system, maybe from Figma community. I'm going to divide you guys into group. I want you guys to work in team. So we are going to design this onboarding experience. Onboarding. I want you guys to do it, okay? Onboarding, home page. This is home page. Then, my this thing. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. If you want to take inspiration from here, wait, I'm going to divide you guys into how many are we here? I don't even know how many. Okay, we are 26. 26 divided by 4 in the mathematician. Okay, removing gospel and then me and then Genesys. 26 minus 3 If you are not part of this class, also just tell me too, so I'll not count you. Okay, so who will be my class captain now? Ebuka, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Lovette, Chiamaka, Eukaria, Abby, are you a male or female? Allow. Well, let's use up. Yes, okay. Okay. Vivian, please can you document this thing? Vivian, Cody, Lovette, Plug, and you is in one group. Can you hear me, Ibuka? So please, can you hear me? Just tell me if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. We can all hear you.
Yes. Annie, Vivian, Cody, Lovette, and you, one group. Please document it for me. Chubi, Ola,
Can you call this? Sorry.
Annie, Vivian, Chikodi, Lovette, and you, one group. Like we have more females here. Then I want it to even be distributed. Or let me be writing it here as well. Annie, please know your group so I know your group. Annie, Vivian, Hodgie, Lovette, Clock, and you, one group. Should I continue?
Yeah, continue.
Chubi, Ola, Ola. Just Ola, she know herself. Namdi and Chiamaka.
Yeah, continue.
I am another group. Should I continue?
Yeah, continue.
Valerie, Otman, Jude, Onyinye, and Eukaria, and the third group.
All right, continue.
Uche Enyi Chioma, Uche Enyi Chioma, Uche NYI Chioma, Chinedu, Anyanwu Peace, are you there?
Yeah.
And Ugochukwu in fourth group. Ugochukwu, what's your son name? We have just one Ugochukwu.
Okafor.
Ugochukwu Okafor. Okay. Uchenyi Chioma, Chinedu, Ugochukwu, and Anyanwu Peace. Then, yeah, they're in one group. Abby, are you a male or female? Joshua, Abby, Joanne, Joshua, Abby, Joanne, and Para, P-A-R-A-H, U-D-I-A, Para Udia is one group. Should I continue?
Yes, continue.
Then Onyedika Chukwu Chigozie, Rita, Onyedika Chukwu Chigozie, Rita Odo, Evangeline, have I called your name? So Onyedika Chigozie, Rita Odo, Evangeline, is there a Valerie, have I called you?
Yes, she has. You have. That's group 2.
Okay. I think that's all that are in this call.
So it's just 3 people.
Just 3 people. Like, if I've not called your name, just write or raise your hand in the comment section. Chigozie, Rita, and Evangeline. Add AK Princess. AK Princess. Who else have I not called? So it's complete now. So Chigozie, Rita, Evangeline, and AK Princess. Bah? Who else
Yes.
have I not called? How many are they? How many is it now?
So there are 6 groups. So in total, we are 24.
Oh, beautiful. All right. All right, that's one. So what will happen is that you guys should work together. This is going to be a 1-week assignment. You guys will work together and come up with look for a food delivery application. Any food delivery, you may want to choose Jumia, a good one, Ntachi, for those in Enugu, Domino, whatever food, sweet sensation, food delivery application. Design the onboarding, like when you open the application, splash screen, onboarding. Design the onboarding and the journey to ordering the food. So for example, you see the home page, you click on a particular food, you see the description of the food, you add to cart. You may not show the add to cart view, just a simple flow showing how food is being ordered. So when I'm hungry, I go to my home page. Straightforward, don't complicate things. I see rice and beans, I click on rice and beans. I see details of rice and beans, I click on add to cart. I go to add to cart, I check out. They tell me that something, and that's all. You don't have to go to building profile, notification, blah, blah, blah. So onboarding and then the pathway for that delivery food. So that is how it's going to be.
Okay,
So work together. For each group, decide on any food delivery application you want to work on. An existing food application. Don't go to UI8. So I've not gotten to, don't worry, we'll still go to UI8. I want you guys to use Studio and then replicate it, what you see there. Please look for a good one. When you choose, whoever is going to be your representative should chat me up on Slack and tell me the one you've chosen. Please, all submission of what you, before the end of tomorrow, tell me what you guys chose before the end of tomorrow. So I'm giving you tomorrow to meet or whatever you want to do. If somebody just come up, hey, let's just go with this, whatever you want to share before the end of tomorrow. I want to see in my DM, I chose this, and then I'll check. Give me 3 options. Thank you. Give me 3 options. I'm going to choose one you're going to go ahead with based on the kind of UI I think we have. Okay, so that's it. Meanwhile, next class, I may not be the one to. I'm going to be dropping my socials, probably just Twitter and LinkedIn. So for some of you that have not followed me, okay, I'm going to drop in my Twitter, my LinkedIn, and my YouTube channel. I'm going to be, since I've clarified this thing, I'm going to drop some of the things that I have. And like I said, for every class, I'm going to be doing design. We're most likely to do I'm going to throw it to both upskill as well. Different design challenges dealing with different industries, from fintech to medical to crypto. We're going to be designing. Then these are some of the stuff I'm going to be showing on the YouTube channel. So I just have one stuff on the YouTube channel, which is a seminar that I organized, She Thinks I Design, organized with one of our premium speaker, NGL, and it was for those that attended. It was really, really expository. So if you've not even watched it, it's a long, I think it's up to 1 hour. It's like a seminar, right? It's very enlightening. Like she poured a lot of things that she learned in that. So I'm going to drop these things. So like follow for those people that were asking earlier, the females, they were asking that, okay, how can they join the start? I'm going to drop start link the WhatsApp group. That one is for only females. It's not anything. I'll make it open. It's just an intentional way of also making ladies part of it. So for that particular WhatsApp is just for only ladies, and you also have the same benefit they have as well. So you don't feel anyhow. Then what else? So this, and then the start channel, the LinkedIn, the Twitter, the this thing. For those of you that are asking me, what can I do for you for your birthday? I know my birthday is 1 week ago. Just follow all of these things and let the ministry, because as you follow on YouTube, people will get to see more and benefit well as you have benefited as well. So I'll drop it, and please follow and like I beg and begging, I appeal to you, as well as Genesys YouTube. All of you have been going there to watch the stuff. If you've not subscribed, I don't know whether it's wickedness that you want to do. Everything here has been free, except for your data, has been free. So let's encourage each other as well. Okay, so Ebuka, please just drop those name them, group 1, group 2, group 3, and drop the names on the channel. Thank you. I know the next thing now is that people start chatting, Ma, I'm not in any group. Ma, add me to a group. Okay. With my church mind, I'll add them. They come early. They not come early. We know what to do. All right. Thank you all. Do you have any questions you may want to ask? This is already 10.
Yes, Ma, I have a question.
Okay.
Good evening. Please, the color palette you created the other time, I want to know if it's just good for rectangles. Can I use frame for it?
The color palette. You can use frame. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
All right. Any other thing? All right, now, thank you so much, everyone. I'm expecting, please, I beg you, you who are for in a group, how you want to divide it? If people want to do everything, one person wants to do everything. When I mean one person, not all of you want to do all the design. You can decide to do divide and conquer. What I want to achieve is I want you guys to teamwork. I want collaboration, teamwork. You guys to get to know each other, one, and I want. Okay, yes, basically teamwork. I want you guys to learn from each other as well. So it's just few screens. So I don't want I was not able to. Please, 1 week from now is okay. You are 4 in a team. So please work together. I know you are pros, you are just these guys in here as newbies. Don't mind me. Anyway, I know you guys are newbies, and that's why I'm here for you. Emeka, someone wanted to ask something. Someone raised his or her hand. What do you want to say?
So I just want to be sure. Each group is producing one design, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, one design for now. One design. So please note this. You are showing me your design system. One of the reasons why I'm giving this is your design system, the colors, obviously from whatever you choose, you see the colors. Choose the icon set. You guys can decide on whatever the icon set. I want your style guide arrange the way the text style and the color style arrange before you start drawing shapes and colors. People can even work together, like on a Figma file. Choose a time, all of you are in that Figma file doing everything together. I would have done my last bootcamp I had with my my community, with the people that paid, right? All of them were in the class, and I show something, they do it. They were all in the Figma. That's why Figma is a collaborative tool. We're in the Figma file, and we're doing it together. So that can also work. Oh yeah. Any other question? All right. Thank you. Or goodness, gospel. I'm done. Have a nice day. I'm going to drop all of those links so you guys can follow us. Thank you very much. Have a great day, night, whatever. I'm off. Can you guys hear me? I'm off. Bye.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Miss Goodness, are you here?
Ebka. Hello, Ebka.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Please, I don't know if you can drop the names on Slack group so we can actually get to pick
Yes, sure.
get to know our group members.
Yes, I'm on it. I'm about to do that.
All right, please. Thank you.
So guys, I just sent it to the group now. I am about to leave this. Yes, good night, guys.